To start off with, we're going to prep the skin, and today we're actually going to use a sunstick as my primer. This is the new by Wish Trend Bakuchiol pore soothing sunstick, and this is SPF 50, and like it suggests, it is a sunstick, which means it comes in this type of almost deodorant applicator, very similar to Pixie Beauty cream sticks, and you just swipe it all over your face. Now I really like this, and this has been advertised to be something that you can use before your makeup as a primer, because it's meant to fill in your pores as well as provide that sun protection we all need. Now you can see I have some problem areas on my chin especially. It's been a very stressful week with uni exams and just all that random jazz that pop up in life. So we're going to quickly swipe over my skin and hopefully give it a clean canvas. Now prior to this, I definitely put on some sunscreen already, so don't rely this as your only source of SPF. Definitely put on like a layer of liquid before this, but this is like almost a primer to fill in those pores. You can see my skin is looking very rough lately, so I need some extra prep for the skincare. And to seal it all in, we're going to use a setting spray. This is the Make It Last Matte Setting Spray from Milani, because today we're going to do a mainly matte base look. Whilst we wait for that to dry down, I'm going to show you guys the foundation I'm going to use. I am back into my Too Cool for School Fixing Nude Cushion. This one is absolutely phenomenal if you want that velvet skin and just make your skin matte but still also fresh and not completely dried up. This is so good for long wear as well. Easy, like 8 hours. I really like this cushion foundation, and Too Cool for School definitely is an underrated makeup brand. Before we go in with our foundation, I'm going to first go in with some concealer because I need some extra coverage today. The skin is just not good, and that happens. So this is the Hourglass Hidden Concealer in the shade Pearl. Pretty much discontinued, I'm sure, but this is really great for especially under eyes because it has a pink and peachy undertone. So areas I feel like I need a little bit extra coverage, I'm just going to dapple this on. And the trick here is, I found out, I love doing this lately, do not blend it out. Just go in with your cushion foundation and blend it in the process. Also put some under the chin as well, just like blend it with your neck, otherwise it's going to look like two shades, and that's not cute. It's never cute. Okay, I'm quite happy with how that looks, and what we're going to do now is we're actually going to do my eyes first, let this really like settle in, and then we're going to powder and set the face. For the eyes, I'm back into my Hints palette. This is the New Depth eyeshadow palette in 03, like a scene, beautiful neutral and nude palette with a pop of green and some sparkles. It's just really nice, and I don't know why I stopped using it. Now that I'm almost coming to an end to my uni days, I realize I want to do more things that are like fun and for the young people. So lately I've been like looking at my bucket list and my vision board again. And yes, I have a bucket list and vision board, and I think everyone should have one, honestly. It's really nice just to have like a, you know, idea of what you want to achieve and all those things to really motivate you. I think that's really important, and I'm going to start doing everything this year. I feel like this is my year. This is the year I'm going to start doing everything I want, everything I always thought, oh my gosh, I can save it for later. But no, I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to really maximize my last year at uni, because all my friends, most of my friends at least, are at different stages with me. Some of them have already graduated, some of them are pursuing postgrads, some are overseas. Everyone's just everywhere, and I feel like you really don't have like a perfect time in the future to do something. You have to act on it now, because maybe you'll never get a chance again. Next, I'm going to take this green and just pat it all over my eyes. So I'm revisiting everything that is on my vision board, and I'm thinking of what is something that is budget friendly and easy to do. I just never had the guts to do it, or what are some things I wanted to do but need saving, and how far am I away from that goal, all those things. So I just want to live most of my life not in regret, because I don't want to be, you know, 10 years later like, oh, I could have done that when I was in uni, but then I didn't. So this is the year. So for example, I'm quite a boring person. I actually haven't done a lot of interesting things, so some of these things might seem really boring to you guys, but they're really exciting to me. So for example, traveling overseas with friends. I've never done that. I've only traveled with family, and just overall, you know, I haven't really gone out on too many road trips with friends either. So I feel like this is the year I'm going to try, you know, organize more of these girls trips and just hang out with my friends and do random stuff together even if we regret it much later on, just to, you know, get the experience of what it's like to travel with friends, because I haven't really done that with most of my close friends. And you know, whether it's just going to Melbourne, that's always a safe option, or just like chilling at like the beach for a day, renting a B&B, you know, just having a day with the friends and the girls, you know. I feel like that would be the cutest thing ever. But obviously I do want to travel overseas and just go to a different country as well with my friends. I feel like that would be the ultimate, you know, girls trip. But we also need to think about budget, because yeah. And also, I don't think I'm the best at planning activities, so we definitely need to do that. So that's on the vision board and idea list, and I've been talking about with some of my friends, and hopefully that happens at the end of this year. Now we're going to take a little bit of this matte brown just to deepen. I will first look like I have a matcha eye look, which is actually kind of cute. I love matcha. I'm a sucker for iced matchas, hot matchas. I just think matcha is delicious. I like tea a lot more than coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I just think coffee is way too bitter for me, but tea, it can be fragrant, it has depth to it, and I think I can get the caffeine kick I want from my tea. So yeah, I've never been a coffee drinker. I love matcha. So maybe this is a matcha inspired look. Gonna mix these two shades together for my under eyes. I also want to do some more like normal student things, because I feel like I've played it very safe in my school years. So for example, I've never had a all-nighter. I've never pulled an all-nighter before. Like the latest I've slept is 2 a.m, which I guess is almost an all-nighter, but I feel like a lot of people sleep a lot later than 2 o'clock. And I feel like I should pull an all-nighter just for lols and just like try what that feels like. I will probably regret it for many days to come, but at least I can hate on it. Like I can't say, oh, all-nighters are bad for you and it feels horrible, because I haven't been through one. So maybe, you know, I should pull an all-nighter. Now that the eyes are done, I'm going to use my Laneige Neo Matte Cushion, what is this? Neo Powder, my bad. This is just a beautiful setting powder. It comes with this little puff and this mesh for the powder. You can see how fine it is because the powder goes up. Obviously don't inhale it, that's not good for you. A little goes a long way with this applicator. It might look small and dense, but it actually packs a lot. Like you can see the initial deposit here, there's a lot of powder. I think this is a great powder. Honestly, if you're just looking for a matte loose powder, this one's really good. It's on the pricier side for sure, but I think it's worth it just because it's so beginner friendly and easy to pat out, and you can see how smooth my skin looks. Now we're quickly going to frame the skin with a little bit of contour. This is the Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin shading. This is the original, and I like to take the two lightest shades. You can see the pan is starting to show up, so I've been using this a lot. I literally just go through the two lightest shades and go through my skin. And how I like to contour, you guys know I don't like to go really like diagonally. I like to go down, so wherever you can see this is a natural shading on my face, I follow that and press it down, just like that. Very subtle. I love how this powder has very light pigments, so that way I can build up my shading rather than accidentally go into heavy. Same thing here, I have this like natural line, just go down. Because ultimately your contour is shadow and it needs to kind of frame your skin, and you want to choose how you frame your skin. Some people might have really strong cheekbones and you want to accentuate that, whereas me, the ultimate goal is I want to slim my face down, so I go directly down from my skin like that, and also hide that big ass forehead. Since we were talking about like to-do bucket lists and all that, another thing that I've never done is go to a concert. I've just never gone to any concerts. None of the artists that I really love has come to Australia when I started working. And also I didn't have a job when I was in high school, so I didn't want to use my parents' money because concert tickets are really expensive. So yeah, now I'm just waiting for my favorite artists to come to Sydney so I can buy their tickets. And also when they do come, I need to be able to get a ticket, because last time I tried to get Taylor Swift Eras Tour, I couldn't get anything, so that was devastating. But I also feel like a lot of places just genuinely do not like Australia. We're just too far from the rest of the world for them to actually come. So for example, Fall Out Boy. they're not coming to Australia. I'm so sad. Like, why aren't you coming to Australia? I love you guys so much. And some of my other favorite artists are on hiatus, like BTS, so I have to wait another like 5 years for them. Now we're going to do some blush, and we're going to use 2 blushes today, and technically 3 colors. So first we're going to go in with the Peri Pera Pure Blush Sunshine Cheek in Cloudy Pink. This was the blue blush, and I think this is really good because, as I mentioned in the original video, it's actually meant to highlight and bring forward your skin. That's what the blue is meant to do. And the pigment, again, it's not that strong, so it's really easy to just like blend and buff. So we're going to just get a little bit of the duotone and put it on the center of my cheeks where I want to protrude it out. So you know how we can do like the smile apples of the cheeks? So don't go there, go even above that, like almost right under your eyes. Now using the same brush, we're going to go in with 3CE's Rose Beige. This is a beautiful shade and one of my OG like blushes. This is just so perfect for every single day. It's very pigmented and it's a matte blush. So what we're going to do is, where we kind of finished off with the previous blush, just slightly rosy up very lightly and connect it together. So this is going to bring forward the cheeks. This is going to really act as a contour shade because it's a little bit darker and cooler, and we're going to blend it in to our contour and also just bring it back to the perimeters of our face. So everything's just going to be blended together. I'm also just going to put a little bit on my nose because that's how I contour my nose. I feel like my nose isn't the best for like actual contouring because it looks too obvious. So I just press some blush and do a little bit of that motion. And that's my contouring. If I really want to be a little bit extra, I'll take a little bit of this blue shade, put it on the tip of my nose, and you can see here. And that's it. I don't really want to make it too obvious. I'm also going to take a little bit of blue and put it under my brow bones because today's a mostly matte kind of makeup look. So I really want to use highlights that is not something shimmery or sparkly. That makes everything a bit more cohesive. We're finished with all our powders. We're going to go in with another setting spray. So the first color we're going to use is the Lily by Red Bloody Liar Coating Tint in the shade, what is this? I'm pretty sure it's called Nectarine something. Beautiful orange tint. Like, look at that. This applicator is also really unique. It really sinks in and makes sure you get everything. Let me just swatch it for you guys. Look at that. It's such a pretty everyday shade. Oh, that's an ugly swatch. And it's really orange, but it just creates a juicy warmth onto the lips, and it's quite a thicker gel texture as well. Very pigmented considering it's a Korean tint. I cannot swatch today for the life of me, but I wanted to show off how it's a bit more textured. You can see how thick it is, you can see each stroke, and this really tints, so it's really pretty. To be fair, I think you can even go out with just this color. It is that pretty and it is so juicy. It lasts all day. Love it. But I love to be a little bit extra with my lippies, you guys know that. So I'm going to go in with the Etude Fixing Tint. This is the shade Chili Red, and I'm just going to dapple this on the center of my lips. And you guys can see this is a much brighter red. So this will really create that ombre effect, which I love for my lips. Oh, look how glossy these are together. Now we're going to move back into the eyes. I'm going to quickly tightline my eyes using the McQueen New York Waterproof Pencil Liner. This is the shade 02, and it's this really, really nice coffee matte brown. Look at that, really pigmented, and it's not black, so it's not super obvious. Going to tightline and draw a little wing. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at tightlining on camera, so I'll be back. Eyeliner is on, and you know it's good because I tried to scrub it off and it's still on my hand. My hand is red from trying to scrub it and it's still there, so that's really waterproof. But now let's do the mascara, and for mascara I have two here. I am going to use a mixture of my Peri Pera All Black Cara and #1 Long Curling and my what is this? Cleo Kill Lash in Sleek Volume. This is a killer combination if you want super long eyelashes, and honestly, it will last you all day. It will not budge. It's beautiful. We already know I love my Shu Uemura, so we're going to just curl the lashes. And don't forget, when you curl, you don't want to just curl it at the same angle. You want to really like release it and go up so it truly gets every hair. First is long curling. This will really extend your eyelashes and make it look really beautiful and separated. One coat and you can already see a difference. Now let's go in with Sleek Volume. This will really change the game. And look how magical it is for the lower lashes. Like, you can see the huge difference between my two eyes. And now we're going to just brush through the brows and make them look good. I am really obsessed with the Brow Guru from Makeup Max lately. I got this in my beauty loot box and I think it's so good. It's just a really, honestly, normal clear brow gel, but it keeps my lashes, my brows, not lashes, in place, and I just comb it through and then it looks perfect. It just stays all day and I love it. This is just so good. And it clears through all the foundation, powder and everything I got on it, and it shows my brows natural colors. I love it for every single day. This is just so good. And if you're really looking for a no makeup look, I honestly think you can use this as a clear mascara as well. It's just that good. Let the hair down and this is the final look. I love how this turned out and it's very, very just me and everyday. Love it. But no makeup or just outfit is complete without some perfume, so I'm going to spritz my favorite combo at the moment and just all my favorite combos in general. It's the Ariana Grande Cloud mixed with the Kayali Sweet Juicy Eden Apple. These two just work so well together and honestly the most compliment getting duo I've ever had, because Ariana Grande Cloud has just this beautiful sweet cotton candy, and again this Juicy Eden Apple has this bubblegum sweetness to it. It just smells like you're at a fair and festival, like Luna Park when I was younger. It's just so sweet. Really love it, honestly. And these two combinations will last you ages. You only need a tiny spritz and it just lasts the entire day. Both have great projection and just longevity by themselves as well, but this is a must try if you love a sweet combo. But yeah, this is the makeup look. I absolutely love how it turned out, and this is just a reminder that your skin will not be really pretty every single day, and there are days where you're gonna have more texture or just it's going to look more troubled, and that's completely normal. Especially for me, I know this is a time my skin starts to get a little bit haywire because it's hormonal, and that is so normal, and this is how I would deal with that. Honestly, just a little bit extra concealer underneath and pat out alongside your foundation does a great job for me, and that works. So find your own routine. Maybe it's like a little bit extra like pore filling primer, more moisturizer, or like just a higher full coverage foundation. Just trial and experiment. That's what makeup is. It's all about fun. I also use makeup as like my procrastination technique whenever I don't want to study. I'm that person, if I don't know what to do like with a question, I literally go to my bathroom, I'm like, I need some blush, and I put on some blush, go back to my desk, 10 minutes later, I might need some mascara, and I just go back and forth from my desk to my bathroom and I get a full face of makeup by the end of it. So it's like my kind of stress technique. But I'm actually learning a psychology course right now at uni for one of my general education subjects, and it's so good. Like, I've never learned so much about myself in a course at school. So it's basically saying, you know, like procrastination is the fear of starting something because you're worried what you produce may not be up to the standard you expect or what the teachers expect, and it's this inherent fear essentially, and you punish your future self by being happy right now. So if you just cut to the chase and do it now, even if you do a really horrible job at first, at least you started, and that gets you going. And some techniques that I've been using honestly is just because for me as a student, I take more than one course obviously, so if I'm procrastinating on this one thing, I can do a small thing of another course, so at least I'm doing something and being productive. Whether you think the productivity is, you know, subpar or not, at least you are making an effort, and that will build up your confidence and just tackle the big problem. That's working a lot for me. It's hard to maintain obviously, but it's a really good just technique to try out. That went off on a huge tangent, but yes, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up or even subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you would like to see from me in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.